Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to get back to work on this Injora LCG crawler that we picked up. But before I get started, I want to give a special thanks out to Herman Sims. He's one of my subscribers that's been since day one. A big supporter of RC Terminator. Good guy, always in the comments. And out of 500 views on the introduction to this video, he was the only one that watched to the end and said, hey, yeah, you should do a giveaway on the Amazon cage crawler, because that was a question I asked in that video. You know, we take all the parts off the Amazon cage crawler to use for this Injora build. Are you guys interested in doing a drawing maybe for the Amazon cage crawler? Herman said, yeah, that'd be cool. Out of 500 of you, as far as I know, he's the only one that watched to the end of it. So by default, he's the only one that won, or only one that entered. So he's the one that won. So Herman is getting the Amazon cage crawler and whatever parts I don't use for this Injora build. So watch the whole video, guys, or you get nothing. You got to follow the rules, or as old Willy Wonka said, you get nothing.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Alright guys, so this is the final placement on everything. Pretty happy with the ride height. I mean, I guess it's not a belly dragger or whatever you want to classify that, and I'm sure I could change some things to get a little lower, but I'm pretty happy with that. This is using everything that came off the Amazon cage crawler for now, except for what came in this chassis kit. So motor, ESC, receiver, axles, wheels and tires, shocks, everything I just took off the Amazon cage crawler, put on this guy. I didn't show taking the cage crawler apart, but on the last video you saw me put all this together. So we do still have the DC motors, 35 coreless servo up front. Those work really good. We've got pretty good flex. Right there, the back tire starts to pick up. So I'm pretty happy with that for as stubby as these. Right in there. So I've got it on a full droop setup right now, so it's as low as possible. As far as placement, I've got my, show you how balanced this guy is. I've got my battery on this side, and I've got my ESC and receiver and on-off switch, and then I still have to solder my motor wires, but they can just go right to the front of the motor. And then I have servo on axle, so everything is nice and tidy. Most of the weight is forward. What weight isn't forward is down low. So the only thing now I need to do is order drive shafts. And as soon as I finalize the measurements on those, if you guys are building one of this with the links that came from the Amazon or from the Injora crawler kit, I can give you those measurements. The biggest pain in the butt is the front here. If you can see these stubby little links here, these little S-bin links, the only way you could get them to not bind was to put them on the outside with a spacer. And then when you would turn in like this, the tire would get into it. And I didn't like that, so I just had to keep playing with the different links and get it to a point where these were bent at an angle that could fit on the inside of the frame rails and still give me pretty decent articulation and give me the pinion angle that I wanted. You can see on the bottom links I actually added 2 nuts to each side to lengthen it. So these are longer, and I switched to metal ball ends just because There wasn't quite enough thread for the plastic end, so I had to switch to a metal ball end since I took up that much space with the metal nuts. Other than that, I think it's at a point where I'm willing to give it a try. I don't like this setup 100%. Some things I like, some things I don't. I don't like how stubby the front is. For one, it's just going to give you a stupid short front drive shaft that you're going to have to custom order, and a super long rear drive shaft that you're going to have to custom order. You know, I don't like that. So, but this is how Injora sells it with these links, so that's how we're going to do it. And then we're going to change it. The other thing I did was, if you look at the back here, these bottom links, the top links, you can see the Sharpie marks. I actually bent those on a little bit. Not really so much to give me clearance, but to try to help with that pinion angle, because these links are so long that when you start to get flexed, that pinion angle just is crazy. And the only way I could get it to stay remotely flat and not start going like this is to bend these upper links a little bit. So I don't have a lot of up and down movement in the pumpkin now, so that will be better on drive shaft flex. Some of you may wonder, okay, well, why did you put the links on that way on the back? On the picture it shows where the bend, this bend, is supposed to be up here. Well, I've tried them both ways. Trust me, I've tried them 50 times back and forth. I even tried using some of the 313 millimeter links in a mix match, and I was just like, nope. For the first run video, we're going to do it how Injora sold it, and then we'll change it. But you have to put the bend to the back, because if you put the bend up here and then it bends down, the problem you run into is your drive shaft, because my drive shaft comes out right here. Try and get it straight. My drive shaft comes out right here and then slowly starts coming over this way, right? Like this. Well, if this link, this bottom link is bent up right here, it hits your drive shaft, and then when you get on more of a flex and your drive shaft goes down more of an angle, it's just, it doesn't work that way. You can't have that bent angle up there where your drive shaft goes in. So these have to go to the back. But enough rambling. I am still happy with the kit for 53 bucks. Yes, I think they're pretty good money for what you get. Will it run exactly as Injora sells it? Maybe. I don't know. I had one guy that said it's really hard to do with the center pumpkins, that you need an offset pumpkin for your drive shaft clearances, and I can understand that. I can also understand how that would probably help in the front. You know, if your pumpkin's here and then your drive shaft are offset. But you're still going to have some custom-made drive shafts. You're going to have to measure for them. You can't just get online and look for SCX 10.2 drive shafts and expect them to fit. No, you're going to have to measure one for the front and buy it, and measure one for the back. So, unless you got a SCX 10.2 builder kit that has plastic drive shafts in the kit that you can cut and splice together and glue them to get the length you want. But other than that, you're going to have to make your drive shafts or special order them. So that is a downfall to the kit. I think if Injora is going to sell this kit based on an SCX 10.2, this is going to be the transmission and motor setup you're going to use. These are the links they provide. They should provide the front and rear drive shafts. And not that I love Injora drive shafts, because I don't. But if they're going to have this one this long and this one super stubby, those should be included in the kit, because it's just more work and headache to try and figure out which ones you need. But I like that kind of stuff. I like building. I like challenges. Trust me, it's been I actually did a high-speed build of this, and on 4 times speed, it was still almost 40 minutes long. So you guys would have been watching me build this thing for an hour or several hours, even at 4 times speed. So, and that's only what I recorded. What I didn't record, I've been out here for hours and hours and hours, taking stuff off, putting it on, trying these shocks, different locations. I actually drilled another hole on the bottom here and moved the skid plate back 1 hole, just to see if I could shorten up the links in the back, make the ones in the front a little longer. And I've tried a lot of stuff, but this is what I'm going to go with for now. I'm going to get drive shafts ordered. This is how Injora sells it. The only thing different I did was bend the upper links on the rear. Other than that, it's all adjustments. So we'll get some drive shafts ordered and get this thing going. See what it can do.